Hello, everyone. It's time to listen. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about being a single parent and what it means to really prepare for that empty nest as a single parent. Oftentimes, we don't prepare. We can spend most of our time trying to figure out what's the best thing for our children, what decisions we have to make, how we need to make them to make sure they have the best outcome in life. And oftentimes we never have the conversation about what we're going to do once they become adults. Being a single parent, the empty nest is far more of an issue than it is when you have both parents, because at least those two people have each other when the children are gone off to college or what have you. As a single mother, I realized that I spent so much time and dedicated so much of myself to the upbringing of my children, especially when their father passed, that I just kind of lost myself in it. I never thought about what I need to do, never thought about how fast the time was going, because, especially when they're small, it seems like, you're just consumed with so much and you can't really concentrate on a lot of things. You might work, come home, deal with homework or whatever you have to do to get through the day, and whatever you have to do to be that positive parent in their life. So oftentimes, as they're growing up, you don't think about what you need to do for you. I experienced that. I made a decision early on that I wasn't going to date again. I wasn't going to do this or that. I was just going to spend all my time concentrating on my children and my relationship with the Lord. Those were the two things that I concentrated on, which wasn't a horrible thing. And they need to be the first in our lives. But we also have to consider that time is passing and it's moving fast. You can look back and say, I remember when they were born. Oh, I can remember when they were 5 and now they're 10. And oh man, now we are at the high school graduation. And after a while, they are becoming these independent adults. And that was our goal, but it seemed like we never added ourselves within that equation. We never put ourselves in there. We never thought about what we were going to do after they go off and start living their own lives. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. My children are grown. I have grandchildren. I spoke to my son, was talking to my son not too long ago, and we were having a discussion, and I was telling him, when they were coming up, I was like their hero. I was this strong person, unbreakable. Everything they needed, I provided for them. I made sure they were safe. I made sure, if they were hurt, I took care of everything, stayed up with them at night or what have you. And those are just the normal things that parents do. But I also let him know that after they became adults, I didn't know what else to do at the time. After they became adults and we had this close relationship as they were coming up, because I was that person when they became independent. I was no longer in the same place on their list. And then it was kind of bothering me, but it was bothering me because I hadn't planned for my own future. I had planned for theirs, but not my own. And so we were having the conversation, and I was telling him that after they became adults, and after that little hero status had faded away, I just became me. I was, Deborah. That was it. I was me. And I didn't know what to do with me. Later on, I began to take care of my parents. So again, I was taking care of somebody. My time was occupied and what have you. Both of my parents have passed, and I'm at the place now where I'm saying, okay, what do I do now? Do I want somebody else to take care of? No. But I need to figure out what I need to do for myself. And so I just want to share this with young women that are out there now, and you're a single parent and you're making all those major decisions. and that other person is not in the child's life, and everything's kind of on your shoulders. I just want to say to you, make sure you have a plan for your life. Your children are going to grow up fast. You know, they only have 18 years to be considered a child. They're always our children, but after that, they will be adults. So then what? So make sure that you're spending time and developing some things in you to make you the best you can be. To make sure that when that time comes and they're adults, that you can move on with your life without feeling like they have abandoned you. Me and my children have a great relationship, but sometimes I do feel a little like, okay, y'all, I'm over here. What's going on? And that's because I hadn't planned for my future. So I wanted to just give you that, little insight. Plan for your future. If you have passions to do things, if you're passionate about singing or whatever it may be, arts and crafts, whatever it may be, take some classes. Or we have all this technology now, YouTube and all that. We have so much technology to help us in so many different areas. But, take the time. After they lay down, after you put them to bed, after, you take a few deep breaths and kind of calm down, start thinking about what you're going to do when that time comes, when that empty nest situation happens and you're by yourself. We don't want to be overbearing in our children's life, but we also don't want to be just lonely or just doing nothing with our own lives. So we have to find some things to do. Go back to school, whatever career you couldn't pursue because you had children or things were just right, didn't have the time or whatever, pursue them. It's not too late. It's really not too late. I just want all the women out there to be prepared when that time comes. Sometimes I'm thinking about my kids and I'm saying, man, I feel so, ugh. And, but then, like I said, and I've said it a couple of times, you have to plan for your life. You have to plan for your future. Children are great. I enjoy watching my children grow up. My children, they suffered some things. I made some bad decisions and wasn't intentional, but I made some bad decisions. Because sometimes, like they say, kids don't come with a book, and when you're a single parent, you have a lot to consider. But one of the things is important to make sure you're looking out for you. Not neglecting your children, not saying I come first, not saying, oh, I got a life too, but make sure that you are including yourself in the plan, in the future. You are including yourself in the whole scope of this situation. When you have the time, write out a list. Do whatever you need to do to make sure that you are taking care of you. So that's all I have for tonight. You all have a great and blessed day.